People, Christopher Titus. Hey, we're releasing another special this week. This one is called Angry Pursuit of Happiness. It's got Arm the Children on it. Please send your misspelled comments to Christopher Titus TV.
I can't remember a time I felt this happy. That means something's about to go horribly wrong.
Please welcome Christopher Titus!
Yes! Santa Barbara! Yes! Good evening! Yes! Good to have you guys here. Yes! Thank you! Thank you! Well, do you guys know why you're here tonight? You think it's because you like paying to sit in a darkened room with a bunch of people who may or may not smell like they just had food from their homeland? No, we're here tonight because comedy gets rid of our desire to kill. You notice you don't need comedy after a good day? You know, when you wake up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and the world just feels like a Taylor Swift song. And you start the day with a fresh squeezed glass of hope and possibility and a whole wheat slice of confidence slathered in. I'm sexy and I know it. You're welcome, lady. You go to work with your first phone call, you bring 1,500 jobs back to the U.S. of mother humping A, and good jobs too, not those Walmart concentration camp jobs. With your second phone call, you accidentally save a Chinese baby that'll never have to build iPhones in Beijing again. It's a good damn day. You go home that night, you walk in the front door, your kids are gone. They're not dead, they're just gone. Relax. It's not that good of a day. And you notice a trail of rose petals from the front door into the bedroom, and you wish to God that your gardener spoke English. But you walk in that bedroom, and the person you've decided to spend your life with is dressed in your favorite sexual fantasy costume. Batman, Wonder Woman, Alan Thicke, hobo, whatever you want. And you have amazing sex. You have the kind of sex that sperm tell their children about. And that night you sleep like you never have. You sleep like a baby that just shot heroin. Oh, that's a sleeping ass baby. You don't need comedy for that day. It's a good day. You need comedy for those other days. When you wake up wet. And you think, that's why I was dreaming about escaping from Mexico. And you look over the edge of the bed and you notice 4 inches of water on the floor and it's dripping from the ceiling. And you realize the $1,200 you paid your plumber, he used for strip clubs and lottery tickets. And the darkness creeps a little further inside your skull because you know that this house you bought in 2006 before the market crashed is even further underwater, and this time it's not a fucking metaphor! And you're gonna have to use the kids' college fund to pay for the damage. Great, so now I gotta deal with this sentence for the next 15 years. Dude, your house is beautiful. When's your kid get out of county? And the darkness creeps a little further inside your skull. And then you think, hold on, I don't have to use my kids' college fund. Screw that. I have life insurance. I'll just kill myself. I'm already on antidepressants. They can just blame that. Then you think, wait, why should I kill myself? Screw that. You know what? I'm gonna go down to Walmart, get a rifle, and then go to the mall and play duck, duck, goose. That's what I'm gonna do. And then you figure, hold on, I can't do that either because everybody's doing it. So to calm down, you stop by a local Pete's Tea, Seattle's best star, Java Bucks, dark roasted crack house for your morning cup of Control. That's right, I said Control, because none of us like paying $5 for coffee, but for a second, at that counter, you get to run your life. Hi, I'd like a skinny vanilla latte, 2 extra pumps of syrup, 190 degrees, and this much foam on the top. And you hear yourself order and you realize, oh my God, I'm a douche. Wow. If my father would have heard me order that, he would hit me in the testicles with the business end of an Oldsmobile Delta 88. And the darkness creeps a little further inside your skull. But then you notice the barista. But first you have to face the fact that you just knowingly out loud use the word barista. But he's amazing. He's doing 6 drinks at one time, and he's doing it all in one hand, and you're like, that's what I'm talking about. Excellence in America, someone who loves their job and does it with style. And then you realize, shit, he's only got one hand. And you see the little purple heart medal stuck to his little corporate coffee visor they make him wear. Yeah, the visor says, if you start your day with us, you'll never be latte for work again. And you vomit a little bit in the back of your throat. As you realize that this man that put everything on the line for this great country is serving assassinos for minimum wage, and the darkness creeps a little further inside your skull. But then he put your morning cup of sunshine right in front of you. Thanks, man. And you take that first perfect life-affirming sip. This is a mocha! No wonder you lost your arm. You obviously don't pay attention, man! It's written on the side of the damn cup! But you don't say that because then you don't support the troops. But guess what? I do support the troops, but it's only coffee. How did you dick that up, Gomer Pyle? And you hear yourself screaming inside your own head, and you realize, oh God, I'm the one with PTSD. And you know if you don't get some help right away, you're gonna be on the news tonight, and the words used to describe you are standoff and loner. And while you're standing there trying to get it together, the barista goes, dude, are you okay? And you go, no! I just need a good laugh! And that's why we're here tonight. We're here tonight. Give me a second to recover from the aneurysm I just caused myself. And we'll move on from there. It's a rough-ass world we're living in right now, man. We got school shootings, terrorism, Bank of America customer service. Sorry, I told the guy on the phone, I'm gonna talk about you every show. I swear to God, fix it, or I talk about you every show. Thank God Iraq worked out, and we're cool with Russia now, and we're not importing Ebola. What a great time to live. We got a new boutique terrorist group. Now, do terrorists do demographic research? You know, terrorists are supposed to terrorize us. They have bombed Boston and New York. You don't terrorize them. You can stab someone in New York, and they go, I'm walking. People in Boston beat each other's ass over hockey when they like the same team. That's who you bomb? Terrorists. Go after Seattle. It's just stoners and lesbians, man. You can terrorize Seattle with pimento loaf. Hey, man, they've got some weird meat and it's not gluten-free. Get the Subaru and the kayak. We're out of here! Boston? Really, Boston? The second that bomb went off in Boston, everybody in Boston went, we're gonna find these guys and they're gonna end up bleeding out in a boat. And what is your political stance bombing the Boston Marathon? We will never let the Reebok-covered foot of oppression hold us down. How bad can you hate sweatbands, booty socks, and Kenyans? Those are black people that run really fast, Santa Barbara. Yeah, look it up, I know. What is this black person he speaks of? I don't understand terrorizing America. I don't understand the hatred for America. I don't get it. How can you spend 30 minutes in our country and be pissed? We have strip clubs and go-kart tracks everywhere. Sometimes in the same complex. Because it's hard to find a sitter. We're innovative, damn it. I know why these people are pissed. I get why terrorists are mad. They were born in some horrible sand-covered nightmare. It's 120 degrees all the time, you know. The best view you can have is an oil rig and camel ass. That's pretty much all you get. You know, it's summer all the time, but not a bikini to be seen. I mean, you gotta masturbate to a woman blinking fast. I understand. But why hate America? You know, we love our immigrants here. Come to our country, enjoy the fruits of this great land. And then when you go, yes, yes. And then when you go home to visit, blow some shit up there. That's where you got mad. You know how amazing our country is? Here's how amazing America is. We have people from this country right now that should be terrorists, and they're not. If a bomb went off tomorrow and the Cherokee Nation claimed responsibility, we would all go, okay, yeah, all right, sure, yeah, I get it, totally get it, yeah. You would see Anderson Cooper. The FBI has determined it definitely was the Cherokee Nation that committed this heinous and brutal act. The FBI has responded with this statement: we're cool. Frankly, we're surprised it took this long. We knew the casinos would not be enough. And I'm very tired of hearing about terrorism, because, you know, it's bad enough, sure, but we hear about it all the time. And I got scared a while back. I was like, well, how much terrorism is there really? So I went to that pressure cooker bomb-making website they're already talking about, you know, to see how many people had hit it. And I'm sure I'm going to have no problem getting on an airplane for the next 2 years. I wasn't thinking, but I'm going to be the guy at TSA going, I was trying to write some jokes! Ow, ow, ow! I go to the website, 33,000+ people had hit the pressure cooker bomb-making website. That's a lot of terrorism, right? And I got freaked out. So then I went to Kitten Plays with Yarn. 6.2 million hits. Yes! Yes! Oh, we are a furry creature-loving people. I will tell you what, I'll put 6.2 million cat people up against 30,000 terrorists any day of the week. Yeah, you get all you little terrorists together in a stadium. We are 30,000 strong. We are going to destroy this imperialistic nation. Oh, no, you aren't, you son of a bitch. Do you see how many of us there are, my friend? That better be a goulash in that pot. Or myself and Captain Jack Sparrow Eater are going to be up your ass. This is so fun to do. But there's bad news. It's bad news all the time. And I started thinking, well, there's got to be good news out there. And there is good news. Everyone take a deep breath. The world also has that new Pope smell. Isn't that nice? God, I hate the smell of old Pope. Next time one of your friends is cooking something weird, say that. Just walk in and go, smells like old Pope in here. They're going to say, what? Just keep it up. Oh, Pope, you don't smell that? You're probably used to it. And then never bring it up again, ever. And what a weird gig that is, Pope. One day, you're just a small priest at a tiny parish. The next day, you're in charge of 2 billion people who believe in fucking anything you tell them. Sorry, they have to. They have to. You're the Pope. You're infallible. You're connected to God. They have to believe you. That's why I think we need a prankster Pope. Someone that could use that power for some fun. Just walk out on Easter. All right, guys, from now on, Wednesday, no pants day. Sorry. It's not me, it's him. I didn't say it. Don't get mad at the guy with the giant hat. And that's another question. Every Pope get a new Pope hat, or do they pass the old one down like the Stanley Cup? And that's why it's so big, because it's lined with brass plaques of all the old popes. Which makes it really heavy, which is why about 8 years in every Pope's reign, they all start to curl over a bit. Why does every Pope eventually turn into a Popostrophe? They all become a Pope Jumbo Shrimp at one point. Oh, come on, some of those popes stayed too long. Pope John Paul II at the end, remember at the end, they had him in a bedazzled rascal? They would just send his ass out on Easter. And he would just grunt in Latin for like 30 seconds. I think God has taken this Pope off the VIP list, is what I think. And I cannot believe that the Nazi Pope quit. Didn't know you could quit, Pope. I think we need a note from Jesus. Please excuse Pope Adolf. He's decided to go another way. Why do you quit? Quit, Pope, why? You live in a golden palace of Vatican. You have your own city. Vatican Bank's got $1 trillion in it. You're driving around in that badass bubble car. Oh, that thing is blessed and furious. Why do you quit? You just wake up one day grumpy, Pope? Yeah, I'm done. Doing this crap all the time. What is that? Got carpal tunnel. People kissing my ring. I got OCD. It's so gross. It's hard out there for a Pope. Poping ain't easy. All right. Wow. Yes. Santa Barbara likes the hip hop. You think he ever gets cocky? Because we all get cocky. Everybody's wearing glasses right now. Man, that wasn't the first pair you grabbed. That wasn't. You put on pair after pair, you were like, oh, even I want to do me in these. We all get cocky. In our bathroom mirrors by ourselves, we are all Morris Day. Yes. Oh. We are, man. We are. Pope's got to feel like that once in a while. He's got to get cocky. He's a human being, right? Every once in a while, just gets out of the shower, realizes who he is looking in the mirror. Pope! Oh, I like it jaunty. I'm gonna get a tattoo, Pope life. I'll tell you what, if I was Pope, I'd be cocky as hell. You know why? I am in charge of Armageddon. That's how religion's been getting us since the beginning of time. Armageddon's coming. End of the world is upon us. You better get ready for Judgment Day. Armageddon is coming. And if you're not good, you're gonna go to the bad place with the burning fire and the icy toilet seats. Personal hell. Armageddon's coming. They've been talking about it since the beginning of time. Well, I say, bring it on. Because some of us need to go. Do you know who I'm pissed at more than anybody right now? The Mayans. I'm sorry, world was supposed to end December 21st, 2012. I didn't buy anybody Christmas presents. I look like a dick. Do you know how much dried food I own right now? I have 4 months of dry food for 3 people. And you can't just snack on it during the playoffs. Because what if Armageddon happens and you screwed the box all up? You get to the end after Armageddon, you gotta eat one of the kids. And which kid do you eat? The big one that feeds more people? Little one who makes a better sauce? What do you do? Aren't you guys preppers? If you have not decided which child you're gonna eat first after Armageddon, you cannot call yourself a prepper. I spray painted mine 1 and 2. Kids, what are you guys doing playing soccer in the backyard? Get in here and play video games. Don't get tough. So because the Mayans screwed it up, because how could a 5,000-year-old dead society that wore loincloths and threw teenagers into volcanoes possibly have missed the Armageddon date? I think we need to legislate Armageddon Day. Here's my pitch. For the next 7 years, 5 days a month, we have Armageddon Day. No rules whatsoever. Total anarchy, like when Detroit wins a championship. That's right. Just bullets and fire, man. And the people that don't have their heads on swivels, that aren't paying attention, will get taken out as well they should. So who do I think's the first group should be taken out on Armageddon Day? Level 1 person? Anybody who wears pajamas in public. Now that isn't the actual problem that you're wearing pajamas, but you made that decision. You're gonna get us all killed in Armageddon. If you have the balls to wear SpongeBob flannel pajamas in the mall, you need to climb into the wood chipper on your own. You're not helping. Level 2 person, Unless you're 95, anybody who can't make a simple left across 3 lanes of traffic unless there's a light year between them and the oncoming vehicle. Now, on Armageddon Day, the guy behind them, totally within his legal rights to pull a double-barreled Mossberg and vaporize that guy's head. Then the torso would fall forward and the car would clear the intersection. And productivity would rise 3.7%. Level 3 person, this one may piss you off, Santa Barbara, and I only give them level 3 status because of their cardiovascular fitness. Bicyclists who believe they deserve an entire lane of traffic. Really? Okay. Now, really? Really? You need a whole lane? The bike is that wide. You're obviously an alcoholic. But it's the law, but it's the law, but it's the law. Ching, ching, it's the law. Yeah, well, the laws of physics say something different. And I believe that supersedes man's law. And I know I'm being a dick right now. I get it. Because I don't think I would last very long in Armageddon Day. I'd make it to maybe level 5. And then you guys would just turn around one day and go, you know what, Titus? All you do is bitch. And I'd be so happy, I made level 5. Level 7, level 8, and muscle guys. You're a big muscle guy, you can bench press double your body weight. You're gonna make it to level 7 easy, because we're gonna need you after Armageddon to hold stuff up while we re-nail it. And if you're a muscle guy with a PhD, you'll last to the end. But if you're a muscle guy, that's all you got. You know the guy in the gym that can curl 2 85-pound dumbbells 15 times? But then for some reason on the last rep, feels the need to slam them to the floor, scaring the hell out of everyone. And then he goes, oh! Did you just have a stroke, man? What just happened? Your nervous system collapsed in on itself? Same guy gets instant Alzheimer's and just walks away from the weights. Like, hey, Colton, come here. See these things on the side of the weights? Those are called numbers. And they match numbers on that rack. And if you can't figure that out, maybe you could spray paint duckies and bunnies and you can match the animals. You should only be able to lift a weight that you can count up to. And dude, I love the dragon tattoo. I guess if you don't feel it on the inside, you gotta paint it on the outside. I know that's an expensive joke for a lot of people in California. It's a Bengal tiger, dickhead. It's my spirit animal. And if you have ever said the words, "it's my spirit animal," you're a major douchebag. And a level 1. Unless you're Cherokee, and then I'm fine. I'm saying we need a tune-up, people. Currently, right now, we are the softest, fattest, most self-centered beings on the planet, and those are the people I like. We are drug-addicted and porn-consumed, airbagged and bubble-wrapped, overfed but undernourished, on antipsychotics, but still crazier than Gary Busey on bath salts in Florida. Everybody. Everybody's got an allergy or an ailment or a syndrome or a word you can't use in the workplace. We are narcissistic and tripolar now. Tripolar, that's when you have 2 voices in your head that argue about who they think you are. And they make medication for it, but it makes you shit your liver, sorry. It's a side effect. We need a tune-up. We need a tune-up, man. And I know I'm making fun of us right now. I know I'm making fun of human beings right now. You know, because we're in a bad place. But the other side of us is amazing. The things we've come up with, we're incredible. We are the baddest-ass species to ever walk this planet, man. That's why we are the apex predator. My God. We survived the Ice Age because we used our big brains and we invented hot chocolate. I'm not a scientist. When the Black Plague threatened to wipe us out, I'm not talking about civil rights. What I'm talking about is the plague that swept through Europe, and I'm not talking about the French. What I'm talking about But we got smart. We started coughing into our sleeves. We stopped wiping boogers on our friends. We stopped making cheeseburgers from the dead. We are the only animal that thinks about the future. No other animal thinks about the future. We're the only animal that thinks about the future. That's it. That's why we invented vaccines. No other animal came up with vaccines. You don't see the dogs getting together, guys. This parvo thing is really jacking us up. Everybody kicking a T-bone for a research grant I think will be cool, you know. Maybe we can make some more money by selling T-shirts. I know we all hate wearing T-shirts. And these vaccines are incredible. We've eradicated horrible diseases with these vaccines. And sure, these vaccines may or may not cause autism, but you gotta break a few eggs. We invented airplanes. That's metal that flies. And those planes get where they're going most of the time. If they stay out of Russian airspace. All right, I got another one. Those planes get where they're going most of the time, if we can locate them. Yeah, you do realize that we just kind of forgot about 300 people that went down in the ocean, right? Yeah, we looked for them for 3 months, but the NFL's starting a new season. Fuck it, we gotta move on. Sorry, we gave it a shot. We gave it a shot. We're amazing, and what bothers me about us right now is that we're all so smart, yet we're waiting for other people to invent shit for us to buy. That's what bothers me the most right now, and all of us are smart enough to invent it. You know, we even forgot about the cool stuff we already own. Cars are the coolest thing in the world, and they only kill 40,000 people a year. In a country of 400 million, I will roll those dice. Currently, I'm more afraid of the safety devices in my car. My new car has 11 airbags around me. I'm afraid I'm getting a bad accident, everybody's gonna pop at once, and I'm gonna suffocate. Oh my God, did you hear Titus died in a horrible car wreck? What happened to him? Nothing, not a mark on him, nothing. The new Mercedes S-Class will drive itself up to 31 miles an hour. How great is that gonna be when you're drunk leaving the club? You could sleep through a 2-hour low-speed police chase. Cops finally get the car pulled over. Knock, knock, knock. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. It wasn't me. The car is German. It's very arrogant. We are so smart. We're such an amazing species. We think of stuff we don't need. We think at an atomic level. We invented the atomic bomb, a horrible device, but it stopped World War II, and it inspired the Japanese to destroy our economy and our culture by inventing the PlayStation. We're amazing, people. We are amazing. The stuff we've invented, the stuff we've come up with, we're amazing. That's why we're the apex predator. And the even cooler thing about it is that we're easily killed. That we invented all this cool stuff and we're killed so easy? That's crazy. You don't think we're killed easy? Okay, have one too many tequilas tonight. You will be high-fiving Jesus in the morning. And that's plant-based. Bump your head in that little the soft spot right there with 40 pounds of pressure. All you muscle guys that are mad about the joke early, can't kill me, I'm a human specimen, bring it on. All I gotta do is wipe some fresh poop on a sharp stick, poke you really hard, 2 days later, dead. Christopher Titus, budget assassin. It's amazing to me that my dogs can eat a pound of cat crap and they're fine. But if they want to share their fecal delicacy with me by licking my face twice, next day I'm in ICU eating lunch through a tube. We've saved our own asses because we always think about the future, man. What's coming to get us, man? How do we save ourselves? What do I got to do next, man? My dogs do not have a future. Their entire life happens right here. Whatever's in front of them, that's it, man. Put a piece of chicken in front of my dogs, that's it. Their life is over for the day. Chicken! There has always been chicken. There will always be chicken. Chicken is the best thing in the world. I love chicken. Take that away, put a ball. Ball! I love ball. Ball's the best thing ever. There was always ball. There's always ball. Take ball and piss. Suck! It's the same reaction every time. It's amazing to watch. Put a piece of chicken in front of us. Chicken! Man, I hope they cooked that long enough. No salmonella on that chicken. Is that what those black dots are? Is that salmonella? Because I hear about it all the time on the news, on spinach, on lettuce, on chicken. And why don't they call it chickenilla? That makes more sense to me, you know? And what is salmonella? Am I puking and pooping so I can't drive to the hospital? And if that's the case, does Obamacare even cover an ambulance ride? I don't know, you know? You know, I tried to go on the website and pick a plan, and I couldn't get on. Then my wife did, but she just threw her dart. God, I hope the kids are covered. I didn't even think about that, my God. And my little one, she's always saying, oh, he's so creative. I don't think he's creative, man. I drive him to school, and he just stares at the sun the entire way, man. I think he's an idiot. I'm not saving for his college. I'm buying a ski boat. Screw that kid. We're not doing this. And then the people you're having dinner with go, dude, are you gonna eat your chicken? Oh, I forgot I had chicken. We're always out there, man. What's coming to kill us, and how do we stop it? What is coming to kill us, and how do we stop it? And then once we prove, with billions of research, that something's definitely going to kill us, we stop giving a flying rat's ass about it. Case in point, cigarettes. Says it right on the pack, man. Cigarettes kill everybody. Government knows this. Government, cigarettes kill. We heard. What do? Put a label on it. Good idea. Yeah, I guess it's on you now. Says it on the pack. This kills your ass dead. You will live 11 years less than everybody you know. I know, I read it. I'm not an idiot. Look around. I don't want to be here that long anyway. Too many level ones. Yeah, nice pajamas, douchebag. Wow. Always thinking about, man. Prescription medication currently kills more people than car accidents. I know, it's horrible. People don't know how to dose. It's one pill for every 2 beers. Yeah, don't go with me on that one. I'm not a doctor. I know. Philip Seymour Hoffman makes one mistake, and I gotta do a disclaimer every show. $50 bags of heroin? Did he not think that might go sideways on him? Because your judgment is always so good after that first bag of heroin, isn't it? Well, I'm just full of heroin right now. I could not have another ounce of heroin if I wanted it. I'm gonna put these 49 bags of heroin aside for later, because I'm up to here with some heroin. Was he going to Costco? I mean, was it Kirkland heroin? That joke is just for members. Now, I understand how heinous that piece of material is, I know. And when I ever write something really, really heinous, I want to do some research on it, because although I'm an asshole, I want to be accurate. I found out that 10 bags of heroin is called a bindle, and 50 bags of heroin is called a brick. And here's a tip for everybody. If you're buying anything in brick form, except for bricks, cheese, heroin, cigarettes, dildos, it will kill you. I don't know where you get a brick of dildos. Costco, probably. They proved it. They know that cell phones, if you hold them against your head, right against your head, you leave 20 millimeters, but if you hold it against your head, it will cause brain damage eventually because it's microwaves pounding into your head. Dude, you hear that? Comedian says cell phones cause brain damage. I know, stupid, right? No, don't go, dude. It's cold outside. Keep talking. I want to heat up my head. Hey, let's time it. How long does it take to pop popcorn in my hat? They know it, man. The nuclear weapon, worst thing ever invented. They know it vaporizes everything when it goes off and leaves residue for 1,000 years. I know, we gotta keep making them, though. Why? Well, because we might want to destroy everything and screw it up for 1,000 years, because that'll show them. Now, that's why it didn't surprise me at all after Newtown, Aurora, this right here, USCB, all these shootings, that we can't come up with one new gun law, not even a good one. Like, hey, if you got more voices in your head than bullets in the clip, no gun for you. Little laws, tiny laws, little tiny laws. And I want to talk to you gun people right now, and I know you're in here because I just heard your anuses squeak shut. I want you to know I'm not anti-gun. I am definitely anti-douchebag. And currently, right now, the NRA is cannonballing the douchebag train through Numbnutsville. My God. I have never seen a crazier lobby organization in my life. They used to be cool. You know what they used to do? They had these programs for Boy Scouts. They would teach them gun safety. That's what everyone should do. You might stumble across a gun because they've sold so many they could be just lying around. They would raise deer limits so hunters could shoot more. That's what the NRA used to do. Now, be clear. They sell guns. That's it. And I wish they would have the balls to just come out and say what they mean, because they've said so much crazy things over the last couple of years. Just come out and say it. Just walk to the mic and go, by the way, we could stop school shootings if we just got rid of children. And the House would pass that instantly. No more children. We just outlawed them. There you go. Wow, we saved $38 billion off the education budget. Yeah, the black guy didn't do that, did he? Now, I want you guys to know my children go to a Christian school because I believe every child needs a base knowledge in illusion. And there's no Harry Potter school. There's no Lord of the Rings school. I would send my kid to a Star Wars school in a second. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Faith, the Force, same thing, different helmet. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-religion up. You're religious, good for you. Whatever works for you. You know, I'm a little anti-atheist. How can those people be that pissed about believing in nothing? You ever get an atheist fired up, man? Then you start going, I can't believe there's a guy in the sky and angels and Santa Claus and wishes and hey. I also believe in anger management. Because you're acting like a jihad atheist right now. And it scares me that you don't get the irony. Listen, I have read the Bible in my life twice, all the way through, you know? And there's some good rules in the Bible. You read the Bible, it's a good rule. If I lived my life like that, my life would be better. And then you flip the page. That did not happen. But then you flip the page again. Love thy neighbor like I love myself. Wow. If we all did that, we'd live in an unimaginable utopia. And then you flip the page. Oh, Leviticus, you kill me. Listen, whatever you believe is fine. None of my business. Whatever you believe is fine. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Scientologist, really? Whatever you believe. Whatever you believe. Listen, if what you believe keeps you from stabbing or shooting me at the ATM, God bless us all. My kids go to a Christian school because LA public schools suck ass. Some of the elementary schools have metal detectors about it. There's actually Control Circle the block. There's actually a website you can go to in LA County that doesn't tell you the educational statistics of your school. It tells you the crime statistics of your school. My daughter was 4. We're going to send her to kindergarten at a school down the street, a stone's throw from the house, which is probably why I made the crime report that year. I was checking if it was an actual unit of measurement. So we were just joking around, like, what's a crime could have committed this little tiny school, clickety-clack. We go on the website. The year before, at the school down the street in a decent neighborhood, one of the kindergarten teachers had been stabbed by one of her students. We used to eat paste. And that was the rebel kid. Stevie's out of his mind, man. When did they start having Shiv class? When did that happen? Like, how did that even go down? Just the kids at recess? All right, guys, just keep playing Foursquare like nothing's happening. Listen, after recess, we go in, we put the letters in the lines like she wants us to, we share a juice box, make a hand turkey, then we kill that bitch. Everybody good? Yeah, maybe you put a smiley face on my paper next time, huh? Yeah, who doesn't apply themselves now? Everybody nap! So my kids go to this little Christian school in Burbank. And it's a nice little school, you know, it's not even that big a deal. Built in the 50s, they keep updating it. And before Newtown, they used to open this big giant gate and you'd send your kids in, I love you too, Daddy. Then Newtown happened and the school went crazy with security. Well, actually, they went to Home Depot with security. I'm not making this up. Right after Newtown, they went to Home Depot and they bought 10 of these 8-foot-long, 6-foot-high galvanized aluminum gates that aren't really Israeli security approved. They're the kind of gates you buy if your Labradoodle is pithy. And they set them up around all the entrances, but they didn't bolt them to anything. They leaned them against each other, zip-tied the edges, and threw sandbags on them. It's basically a mass murderer cat bell now, because you can just kick them over. Is that the lockdown drill at my kids' school? All right, kids, if anyone hears an awkward clang, run. There's a guy in front of the school named Damien. If you have little kids, you know this. They have this catcher. He stands at the gate of the school at the end of the day so your kids don't leave without you. Get back in till your mom gets here. Titus, you got both your kids? Which one are you gonna eat first? I saw your show. Nice job. That's Damien. That's Damien. Damien's a dude, man. He used to wear board shorts and a Battlestar Galactica t-shirt. Then Newtown happened, and Damien will no longer suffice. Actually, Damien's clothing will no longer suffice. Now, after Newtown, same guy, no training, but now he has to wear dark blue Dickies uniform pants, which I hear scare the hell out of mass murderers. Oh, do they hate Navy? A white buttoned-up collared shirt with a security patch that I pray is bulletproof because they didn't give Damien a gun. We now have a well-uniformed victim in front of the school. They used to let all the parents go everywhere. Before Newtown, we'd go anywhere. You can go to the basketball courts, you can go walk to the track, you go to the volleyball courts, whatever you wanted to do. You could do it free. And in fact, had someone come in like they did at Newtown in the morning, some parents would have been there. We could have grabbed a couple kids, we could have run, and they wouldn't have killed everybody. Then Newtown happened, and they closed all the gates up, and that big 20-foot gate shut. And now they forced us all through this little 4-foot wide gate, down a 60-foot cattle trough thing. Then we got to make a hard right and stand up against the fence in a 40 by 40-foot square that I call the kill zone. I went to the principal, I go, did you guys hire a mass murderer consultant to come in? She did not laugh at all. Not even a chuckle. But that's what it feels like. They had some guy come in, you just want to kill more people faster. Well, I was involved in Columbine. Let's do this, okay. First of all, do you see these gates? Do not bolt them down. Do you know how hard it is to climb a fence when you're holding an automatic weapon? Freaking impossible, am I right? This guy in front of the school, David, Damien, whatever his name is, put him in a uniform, paint a target on him. Either way, we're gonna kill him first. Now, all these parents just running willy-nilly, you know, I don't use that word loosely. We're gonna have to use 1 bullet per parent. That's just a waste of ammo. Here's what I want you to do. Bunch them together so we can just spray a bunch of them at one time. And have them do that for about 60 feet. Then the stragglers, have them stand up against a fence in a square like Jews waiting for a boxcar. Is that okay? For those of you that laughed freely at that last joke, and even clapped, and understood that last joke in the context with which it was told, you are now level 9s. For those of you that knee-jerked, didn't hear the joke, heard Jews boxcar, ah! PC style, level 1s. There's some more show, you can get it back, but right now. So then the NRA came out, they said, all right, you know what we need to do? We need to have armed guards at the school. Good idea. More adults with weapons near the children. Perfect. Yeah, because security guards are always so well balanced, aren't they? I was almost a cop, almost a cop. I was almost a cop. God damn, I was almost a cop. Almost a cop. Almost a cop. Hey, Zimmerman, you okay? Yeah, I was almost a cop, almost. Almost a cop. They said, all right, that's kind of expensive. Too many guards at the school. I know what we'll do. They actually came out and said a news story. We need to arm the teachers. Let me be very clear about this one. If any of my teachers had ever been armed, there would be no show tonight. Are you serious? You guys know your kids. Do you want anybody that spends 7 to 8 hours a day with your children to have a weapon? Murders and suicides would skyrocket. Just some poor teacher in Alabama getting her standardized testing results back. Oh my God. I've been teaching these idiots for 9 months. That one was okay to laugh at, wasn't it? That one was okay? Teacher blowing her head off, hilarious. Something that happened in 1939, not so funny. Okay. But I'll tell you what, I could fix every problem currently plaguing this amazing country right now. I really could. And you know what? It's not armed guards at our school. That is asinine. And it's not arming our teachers. That is just stupid. But we could fix every problem with America if we would simply arm the children. Come on. Yeah, come on. NRA. NRA. Let's get fucking crazy. Second Amendment. Second Amendment. Second Amendment. I love people that get fired up about the Second Amendment. God-given right, God-given right. No, Moses chiseled in a stone. That was the 11th commandment. But then he came down the mountain, he threw it at the calf, and it broke off. So then Jesus and Thomas Jefferson had to rewrite it. That's what happened. And then Gandhi put a sandwich on it, and then Martin Luther King marched around it about 3 times. Can't change the Second Amendment. Well, for those of you that believe that, I have some bad news. The Constitution's been changed 27 times. Shut up, comedian, shut up! Quit talking! First Amendment. Yeah, don't just quote the sexy amendments. 2 words have never been put together ever. And I will be honest with you. I'll give you guys an honest shot. How many people here think they are totally capable and totally qualified to own a weapon? Woo! Okay. First of all, anybody that goes, woo, doesn't get a gun. Sorry. You yell out in public, you overreact. You're easily led. Can't have a gun, you're a psychopath. You people that calmly clap, you seem okay, you can have a gun. If you happen to have a Confederate flag sticker anywhere on your pickup truck, no gun for you. I'm sorry, no. That was a terrorist organization trying to split our great country in 2. You might as well have an Al-Qaeda sticker on the other side and an ISIS over your Travis Tritt. I'll fix that joke in the second show. Shut up. And here's how I honestly believe about the whole gun thing. I believe if you hit the age of 30, you should instantly be banned from owning a weapon, and here's why. If you made it to 30, you have some damage. You know what psychotic anger is. You've had your heart broken repeatedly, sometimes by the same person, you idiot. Got screwed over at work, had money ripped off from you, got an investment with one of your brothers, and he got his money back, but you didn't because you were tier 2, whatever the fuck that means. Bank of America customer service. of us over 30 could snap like a twig, but kids don't have that problem. They're just kids, man. They do what they're told. They probably hate wearing them. Be fun to wake them up, though. When the guys, we're late for school, get your backpack, get your homework, get your Glock. We gotta move. Let's go, let's go. I don't wanna wear my Glock. Hey, 28th Amendment, put on your damn gun. No, not the Hello Kitty holster. You look like an idiot. There you go, problem solved, you know? Train them how to use their guns. They're in class with their guns. Perfect, no problem. Then if some 22-year-old psycho bursts into their school, you know the kid I'm talking about? Some kid who was raised on television and video games and decided to live his life by the rules of the Kingdom of Mordor. Kid whose parents didn't smack him, you know, ground him or hug him enough. Instead, they put him on a diet of Ritalin, Prozac, and Cheetos. So not only is his brain fried, but his level of nutrition is so low he hasn't taken a good dump in a fortnight. And I don't know how long that is, but I know it's at least 4 days. And that kid bursts into your kid's school, you know, carrying a Bushmaster his dad bought at Walmart, but didn't lock it up. He's figured it's just a semi-automatic weapon. What could happen? And he kicks open your kid's classroom door, starts talking like Satan, threatens to take their souls. The kids could very calmly put down the number 2 pencils and pull their 9mm. I'm a little teapot short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. There you go. No more crazy shootings, no people getting hurt, and all we had to do is arm the children. You know, that's such a pretty phrase. Say that with me one time. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Arm the children! Yes. But I said I'd fix everything. I'm gonna fix education. We all agree there's good and bad teachers, right? We gotta get rid of the bad teachers. We all agree to that. We said, okay, let's test all the teachers. Well, the teachers union stood up and went, no, can't test teachers. It's not a good measure of performance. Even the teachers went, crap. Somebody remind them it's what we do, please. Fine, we don't need to test the teachers. We'll just arm the children. Then you'll just know who the bad teachers are. Mrs. Cooper is leaking. Bad teacher. It'll also change a parent-teacher conference dynamic quite a bit. Oh, you ever take your little one to a parent-teacher conference when they're screwing up? Don't you feel like an idiot? Michael's not doing good at math. Oh, even my sperm is stupid. I gotta stop watching porn and drinking. I suck as a father. But if we arm the children, that changes 180 degrees. Michael's not doing good at math. Really? Well, that's a bummer, because for Christmas, I got him a Desert Eagle. So you better figure out how to unlock his learning potential. Or the spring semester is gonna be a bitch. I'll see you in a couple months, I hope. There you go, education fixed, and all we had to do was arm the children. Say it again, 1, 2, 3, arm the children. Yes. Now I'm gonna stop bullying, because bullying is bad. Bullying's the scourge of America. Spending $30 million across the country in anti-bully programs. You want to guarantee your kid gets his ass kicked, get him involved in an anti-bully program. If that was going on when I was in school, I would have found those kids and beat them up just to be ironically funny. No, I'm not mad. I'm not just making a point. Government intervention doesn't always work. This is extra credit for history class. But if we arm the children, bullying is over. It just levels the playing field. Hey, give me your lunch money. Shh, what? Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Yeah, maybe you should think twice before you bust into chess club like that. No more bullies, and all we had to do was arm the children. Say it again, 1, 2, 3. Arm the children. Yes. Now I'm gonna save this country $200 billion. You're welcome. Child abuse, horrible situation right now, man. We spend all this money, child protective services, social services. We subsidize foster care. We build homes for abused kids. It's a bad situation. But if we arm the children, child abuse is over. And parental abuse begins. Damn it, Brian, is that the second time you spilled milk at my dinner table? I want to have that shit in my house. I'm gonna take this belt off and I'm gonna get you a paper towel. Because I'm your daddy and I love you, Brian. Remember when you said you wanted to be a cowboy, Brian? Cowboys don't shoot their daddies in the back, Brian. Child abuse over, and all we had to do was arm the children. What do we do? Arm the children. Now let's help law enforcement. Cops have a tough job, toughest job of all. Imagine all the crime that cops have to deal with. Just on top of that, they got child molesters and pedophiles. And that's a weird one because it happened behind closed doors. That guy's a child molester, great. Now we get 3 officers to interview the guy, get him to admit it, or find out, but we're never gonna know it. Interview the kid, is the kid lying? And did you guys know this? If someone gets convicted of pedophilia, child molestation, they go to prison, but they go to isolation, which costs us $35,000 extra per prisoner per year of our tax money. But if we arm the children, we will never have to track down a pedophile again. We will just stumble across them. Like, damn it, Chuck, we got another one. No, just get the van. Yes, we have room. Just move the Boy Scout leaders to the side. There you go. No more pedophiles, and all we had to do was arm the children. What did we do? Arm the children. Do you see how Hitler got started? Do you see? See? You guys were yelling, arm the children. That was a social experiment, and you failed miserably. You're all level 1s again now. It's amazing to me how brilliant we are individually, all of us. But you get us in a group, we will follow any dumbass idea as long as it's presented well. Oh, yeah, man, yeah. Gotta go to war with Iraq, arm the children. Weapons of mass destruction, arm the children. I did not have sex with that Lewinsky woman, arm the children. NAFTA's gonna bring us 10 million jobs, arm the children. You can keep your health care plan if you want, arm the children. Don't just clap for that one. We need something to believe in. Human beings are amazing to me because we need something. We can't just live in the minute. We can't. We gotta need something to believe in, something to get behind, something to survive. And right now, we're so safe in America that we had to make up things to survive. Do you understand how safe we really are in America? That we invented stuff to be afraid of? 9/11. It's conspiracy. Total conspiracy, bro. Total conspiracy. Aliens, fluoride. Do you know how safe we are that some dude was brushing his teeth one morning and was like, holy hell, trying to kill us. It's in the water too. You know what they say in Africa? You have water? Conspiracies are my favorite. I used to be a big conspiracy guy. I was up until someone said Newtown was a false flag event, and I went, okay, new dealer, I'm out. My favorite conspiracy of all time, the gun conspiracy. That's my favorite one, yeah. Yeah, the black socialist Kenyan president's gonna take your guns away. But before that, it was that redneck from Crawford's gonna take our guns away. And before that, it was that fat guy who's getting oral sex in the Oval Office gonna take our guns away. for you people that actually believe the government is going to come for your guns, I am going to make you feel so much better in 3 easy steps. Are you ready? Step number 1. The government can't take your guns because you have guns. You can use your gun to defend your gun. Step 2. Now, step 2 is a little scarier. Step 2 is where the conspiracy started. Because when the Second Amendment was written, we had muskets and the government had muskets. In fact, the government was in such trouble. They're like, guys, we got to go to war as the British. Could you please bring your muskets? We are going to give you matching hats. Which is all I remember from history class. But now, as American citizens, we are legally allowed to own Bushmaster semi-automatic weapons with 60 and 100-round magazines. Hell yeah! Woo! My penis does not feel as small as it used to. Oh, it's like a Camaro I can hold. But don't forget, the government doesn't have Bushmasters. The government has Apache helicopters, and B-2 stealth bombers, and F-22 Raptors, and missile launchers, and grenade launchers, and surface-to-air missiles, and drones, and a bullet they type your name on, and it follows you home, and a satellite with a laser that'll give you a proctology exam from space in your kitchen if they want to, tactical nukes, and oops nukes, just in case shit doesn't go their way. Yeah, well, I don't care. You tell the government, bring it on. You can have this gun when you pry it from my cold, dead hands. Okay. And now the finale. Holy hell! They vaporized Ricky! There ain't nothing left but a burned up copy of the Constitution. You can still read the Second Amendment, though, because he shielded it with his cold, dead hands. Step 2. And step 2, just so you know, scares me too. Step 2 is pretty scary. But to get to step 2, we got to go through step 3, which is getting all the states to agree to take our guns away. And Texas ain't agreeing to shit. Texas is the only state I've ever seen that will vote against its own interest because Connecticut likes something. Like, hold on, them homos are doing it? Well, we ain't doing it now. But let's say that happened. Let by some weird act that all the states agree to take our guns away. Then they would have to convince the military, which is our sons and daughters, aunts, uncles, brothers and sisters, our families, to go house to house and take away 400 million Americans' guns. And that would take a lot of organization. And our government can't build a website. Do you feel better, bitches? Yeah! Good. Enjoy your guns. Have fun. They're not taking them. I never understood the 30-gun guy, you know? Because even if you Scarface up, you can only use 2. Click. Give me a second. I have one gun, and if I ever have to fire it at another human being, bam, and that person doesn't instantly turn and start running the other way, I have made a judgment error. But we need it. We need something to survive. Nothing's coming to get you, but we need it. We need something to survive to get through this life. You know, something to believe in, something to go after, something to strive for. It says it right in the Declaration of Independence. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It doesn't say just be happy. It says, pursue it. You find out where happiness lives and you rent an apartment across the street. And you watch that happiness every day, where it goes, what it does. You write down what time it leaves, and then one day, when they ain't looking, you step up and you take that goddamn happiness. And then you move out of town quick so you can pursue more happiness. Doesn't say be happy, man. What does that mean in America, pursuing happiness? I want a bigger and a better one. I want a shiny one and a new one. I want a house in Santa Barbara. That's right. That's right. Bigger and better. I want a bigger car and a smaller girlfriend. All you women, I want a cuter car and a bigger boyfriend. I want to pay down my debt so they can raise my limit, and then I can put a down payment on a facelift. So when I am 70, I will look like I'm 70. With a facelift. Because I find Bruce Jenner attractive. What happened there? It was on TV one day, and I just thought, my God, I used to eat Wheaties out of that dude's box. I know I have to rewrite that joke. Because in a couple of procedures, it's going to mean something entirely different. Don't you want a better one? Don't you want a bigger one? Don't you want a shinier one? Don't you want a newer one? Of course we do, man! In America, hell yeah! You guys get that we're just a bunch of bitches on a donut run, right? Don't you just want a bigger, better donut? Donut you're driving around right now, kind of stale. I can use one with some more frosting on it. I need to do the 2015 donuts are coming out, woohoo! Bitches on a donut. And Apple just sold 20 million bigger, better donuts. Did your old iPhone suck? Did it run on steam and kerosene? Did it? Hold on, I'm getting a call. Cannot wait till the 7s come out. Bigger, better donuts, man. That's all we want, man. Gotta have more, gotta have more. Because we all know we're gonna win this life. No one thinks about death. We all know we're gonna win. Deep down, everyone in this room knows that they are a Highlander. There can be only one. And it shall be me, for I eat more broccoli than anyone. I take many supplements. I moisturize. I Zumba twice a day. My butt shall be the highest, and I shall be the last. Hence the name Highlander. But you guys want to know how life's pretty much going to go for all of us, with very few exceptions, actually no exceptions? When you're born, you push through a hole about this big. You're miscolored and misshapen. You look like a freeway safety cone that was hit by a drunk driver. But now you're on the planet, ready to pursue happiness. Hell yeah, except from 1 to 5, you don't get any happiness. You're sitting in your own poop half the time. You're puking up on yourself, and your muscles don't respond to anything you want. You can't communicate, yet everything pisses you off. No happiness. 5 to 10, you're just a mobile idiot now. What does a stove feel like? Is that electricity? I'm gonna chase my ball into the street. Come here, Rottweiler! And everybody around you is screaming at you. Put it down, go to your room, take that out of your mouth, knock it off, shut up, I will kill you. No happiness. 10 to 15, you start mutating. Hair starts poking out of you. Bumps start forming on the women, and they start bleeding for absolutely no reason. And then pus starts coming out of your face. You look like you've been armor-rolled all the time. You are hornier than you have ever been, yet uglier than you will ever be. No happiness. 15 to 18, you're a brilliant retard. Mom and Dad were dead. I could live in their house and use their bank account. Shaw. Then if you had any good parenting at all, at 18, you got kicked out on your own. Yes, on my own, 18, ready to pursue happiness, freedom, woo-hoo! Except at 18, you don't get any happiness. Instead, you start making huge adult mistakes. Yeah, they suspended my license, but that doesn't mean I can't drive. Yeah, hello? Yeah, I just wanted to talk to my agent. Hi, yeah, I sent my check in yesterday. I don't know. Listen, I'm talking to the officer. I was texting, now I'm upside down. Hello? Do you really need a ride to Planned Parenthood? Look at the people not laughing at that one. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Then right around 23, 24, you get this weird fingertip grasp of what it means to be an adult. And you're paying your bills every month. You're late every month, but you're paying your bills. And no matter what anybody says about you, you can always go, yeah, bite me. I own that futon. And those 7 mismatched forks that I stole from my parents' house over 7 Thanksgivings. Then right around 25, you meet the one, yes, the one, someone to pursue happiness with, and this person is perfect except for all their fucking problems, Jesus Christ! But you're getting sex pretty regular. And you're sleeping 8 hours a night. That's 1/3 of the time you're not fighting, so it is good. And you're actually happy from 25 all the way to 26 and a half. And then someone comes in and goes, the stick is pink. And used up all your Planned Parenthood coupons years earlier. So you got your own little freeway safety cone coming now, yeah. And that little nuclear anxiety thing that all of us humans have that no other animal has, thinks about the future and just starts cranking up the Fukushima level. You start going, I gotta get a better job. I need to get a better car. How to make more money? How do I bolt in a car seat? Then the kid is born, and for the first 5 years, all you're thinking is, don't let it die, don't let it die, don't let it die. Now you're 30 years old, it is 5, and from 5 to 10, you cannot believe the stupid thing you two created. You call your parents, it set itself on fire 3 different ways. And all you hear is laughter. Now you're 35, it's 10. And from 10 to 15, this thing that you've given all your love to, that you've given all your energy into, that you gave up money, time, and sleep for! This thing that you put food in its belly and clothes on its back every day it walked the earth, now it's your guts. Hey, Mom, Dad, bite me. And now what you're thinking is, oh, I can't kill it, it's 15, everybody knows about it! Now you're 40 years old, and we don't kick kids out at 18 anymore. Oh, no. Oh, no. They need to stay home, polish their participation trophies until they find themselves. I mean, maybe it goes to college, you know, it's 19 for like 6 months, but then it comes home, Mom, Dad, I was in philosophy class and I heard this great quote. If you find something you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. So, that's what I've decided to do. And now it's living with you. Eating your food, you're paying its bills, but it thinks it runs things. It thinks it's an adult. You come on vacation, your car is wrecked. Oh my God, yeah, if someone had taught me how to drive better, maybe that wouldn't have happened. You look at your checkbook one day, it's $400 light. Oh my God, yeah, someone left their PIN code out. It's a cheap lesson. You are welcome. So finally, it's 19, you had enough. You get in a fist fight with, and this dumbass thing you raised files a restraining order against you, which the judge grants and then goes, hold on, you're over 18, you gotta move out of your parents' house. At least 500 yards according to your own restraining order. And you're not exactly happy, but you laugh your ass off for 9 days. Now you're 45 years old and you realize I have not been happy for the last 20 years of my life. And you sit down across the table from the one and you realize it's your goddamn fault. The divorce lasts from 46 to 51. Now, you've been on the planet half a century, and you have exactly half of what you earned in your life. And half of your half went to your divorce attorney. And you got this little sliver left, and you say, damn it, I am gonna be happy! And you buy a Harley off of Craigslist. And the first day on the bike is the best day of your life. Get your motor on and head out on the hee-haw. Pull into town, feeling like a badass after that first day of bliss. You catch a reflection in the storefront window and you realize, oh God, I look like Dr. Phil with a do-rag. But you don't care because you were happy. The second time you're riding on the highway, cruising along, you glance over, there's a 17-year-old girl in a Tercel from the earlier joke, steering with her knee and texting, and you realize, ah, shit, I'm gonna die on this thing. You park it that night and never ride it again. But you don't sell it, because guy or girl, you tell someone, I own a Harley, that's kind of sexy. And that's all you want now. Just some sex. Please? But you're 51. Can't go hang out at the nightclub. You're just that weird, creepy old guy at the nightclub now. Sir, can I talk to you? Are you looking for your daughter? Sir, are you a cop? Sir, can I talk to you for a second? And if you're a 51-year-old woman, he's even worse. You're a cougar. Ma'am, are you the manager? Here's my credit card. Ma'am, oh my God, you're dropping something. Oh, it's your arm skin. I apologize. Suck it up. It's happening to all of us. So you start dating at your level. And you realize after a couple years that everybody lies on their eHarmony profile. And those Christian mingle people are too freaky in bed even for you. Always showing up with a brick of dildos. Now you're 56. And you're hitting Whole Foods one day, buying $19 broccoli and $22 ginkgo biloba, but you don't know what it does. On your way to Zumba. And that's where you meet the real one. And this is the one. Same life experience, same wisdom you've had. They also have a kid they despise, and you bond over that. And from 56 to 60, you are ecstatic. Happiest time of your life. You spend 3 weeks in Hawaii, best time you ever had. You come home, spend 5 years paying off that credit card. But you don't care because you're happy. Then right around 60, you wake up in the morning with a little pain in your side. Like, what the hell is that? And you go to the doctor and he goes, did you used to drink a lot of Mellow Yellow? We found this thing called yellow dye number 19. Turns out it's a nerve agent, and it's not really good for you. What it does is creates these nerve balls to form under your ribs. The weird thing is the nerve balls are connected directly to your left foot, and we can't stop it. But over the next 5 years, your left foot's going to grow about 9 sizes bigger than your right. For the next 5 years, you wake up every morning, and lefty's just kicking righty's ass. But the one stays with you. And they love you like you've never been loved. And they keep you from pulling to the left. And like all human beings, we adapt. We learn to live with it. Step, flap. Step, flap. Step, flap. And every 3 months, you got to go to a discount shoe warehouse and buy 2 pairs of shoes. A 9 and an 18. Now you're 65 and stop growing. And you're just a weird dude down the street with the giant foot. But deep down, you always feel like half a clown. Then one day, you're at your house, 67, whatever, having a barbecue with your friends in the backyard on a hot day, having a great time. Middle of the barbecue, you have a mild stroke. Ugh! And in a horrible twist of fate, the side that goes numb is the side with the good foot. But you don't care because your snowboard foot gets you around so much faster. Now it's fla-la-lap drag, fla-la-la-lap drag, fla-la-la-lap drag, fla-la-la-lap drag. And you can no longer pursue happiness. You want to pursue the ability to pick up a goddamn coffee cup at this point. So you start going to physical therapy, and you go 3 times a week, and it doesn't cost you anything because Obamacare worked out. Who knew? And you take the pills like you're supposed to take, and you change your diet, and you do everything they're supposed to do. And after a while, the part of your brain that died off, the synapses connect to another part of it, and nerve endings start to wake up again. And after a while, you get to a place where you start to feel normal, and you don't stop, and you bust your ass for 7, 8 years, doing everything you're supposed to do. And you get to a point at 73, 74, where no one can even tell you had a stroke. Now, you are ready to pursue happiness. 3 months after that, the universe flicks your switch and you die in your sleep. And in the final moment of indignation, your muscles relax and you soil yourself with your last meal of chili beans and Metamucil. And you go to Jesus covered in your own poop. Then your family splits up after fighting over all the crap you left behind. And then that house that you just spent 30 years paying off gets sold to the next bitch on a donut run. Welcome to life, bitches. There you go. There you go. Woohoo! Yeah! So worth it. And the whole time, all we're thinking is one day, man, if I just get that, if I just get this, if I just do that, if I just accomplish that, I will be Beyonce and Jay-Z. And then it will be great. And the saddest thing of all is none of us can stop it. We can't, it's in us. We can't stop it. But do me a favor. Next time you notice life going well, take a minute and go, chicken! Ball! Woohoo! My father died at 58 years old, and I will never forget the last time I saw him because I did not know it was the last time I was going to see him. We got into his house for Christmas, spent like 6 days with him, and then we were leaving to go snowboarding. I said, Dad, go snowboarding with us. He said, nah, I'm kind of tired. Go to the cabin with us. And I'll never forget it, backing out of the driveway. And he was just standing in front of the garage door, and I was pulling away, and he just waving. A little plaid shirt that he had. I saved the shirt, actually. And I was with my horrible ex-wife at the time, who didn't know it was horrible yet. And we got halfway down the block, and I just started sobbing. And she goes, what the hell's wrong with you? Because she was calming like that. And I said to her, there's going to be a day I drive away from him, and it will be the last day I drive away from him. And sure enough, that was the last day I drove away from him. And I would give everything I have right now to spend one more day with my dad. Because I already lost it once in the divorce. I get it back. And even if he was pissed at me, you know how stupid you've been since I died? I would not be upset at all. I'd just be thinking, chicken. And that smile would really piss him off. So it's a win-win. My father died with an enlarged heart and a normal prostate, weirdly enough. Because he never stopped having sex, ever. And my dad had sex with everything he bumped into. My dad got divorced 6 times. To get divorced 6 times, you got to do a lot of sampling while you're married. And my dad never got an STD. Magic Johnson's got to be pissed. I'm not making this up, people. When I was 6, 7, 8 years old, I'd always get up and make my own breakfast. My dad never made breakfast for me, and he would never buy good cereal. Never bought Captain Crunch. He always bought the off-brand, Colonel Klink. Lemony stars and orange swastikas. This is tasty, but I feel so guilty about this. At least the prize in the box is a Schindler decoder ring. And I would be sitting there every morning eating breakfast, and every morning, some new little hottie who I'd never met before would come out of my dad's room and sit across the table from me. Hi, I'm Kathy. I don't need to know your name. Well, I just want you to know that me and your dad. Yeah, there's no you and my dad. Here's your car keys. Here's a complimentary T-shirt. And my dad was from a different era. He was from a time when the official government food pyramid consisted of cheese, lard, and mercury. You gotta have your daily dose of mercury because the Soviets might attack. What? Shut up and eat your mercury. My dad started his day with chili beans, ended it with pizza, man. Drank beer all day, ended the night with White Russian. Smoked for 40 years. I'm not making it up. My dad started smoking what was considered minty. That was the ads. My dad, not like today, when we get sick, someone, oh my God, I hang now, I'm gonna post it on Facebook. Gross, right? Oh my God. The sicker my dad got, the more he joked about it. My father, I swear to God, my dad was his own alarm clock. My father woke up every morning like this. Dad, you okay? Yeah, just gotta change brands. Man had 6 heart attacks. He had a large heart. That's when a giant sack of water forms around your heart. Yeah, we said I had a giant sack. Those are my father's actual jokes. And because he was such a tough badass, we didn't get along very well growing up. He didn't believe in coddling the kids at all, you know. We used to get in like fist fights growing up. I mean, fist fights. I don't understand parents. I really don't. I have 2 kids now, and I don't quite get this. You know, Jonathan, you're acting up. Let's go see a therapist. If I got mad at my dad when I was a kid and really got like had a tantrum, I just woke up 2 days later not mad anymore. And we used to get in fist fights growing up, man, and brawls. But the one place we always got along was the Oakland Road Show. We're big car guys. We go to the big car show every year in Oakland. It's actually in LA now. But we go to Oakland, we go and we went from the time I was 5 till I was a grown man. And once we walked through those doors, it didn't matter how bad my grades were or what a drunk idiot he was being. The second we went through there, it was just father and son, as close as we ever were. As I became older and you know, grew to a man, we started sharing real intimate details about our lives. And sometimes when you're that close to somebody, you wish they had someone else they were that close to. Because there were some things I didn't need to hear. Now, there's gonna be an age we all get to where either we don't care what we say anymore, or you forget sound travels. My father and I are in the Oakland Coliseum one day, the convention part, at the Oakland Road Show, just walking through it. I'm a grown man, we're just walking through the thing. And my dad just blurts this out. Can't get hard anymore. What do you want me to do? And here? You get, nah, my 6th wife likes a lot of sex, likes a lot of different positions. She can put her ankle behind her head. Dad, stop talking, please. You're 53, she's 60. That's 2 old people doing it, and one of them's my father. And when you tell that story, people get cancer. And he goes, well, they got this new drug. It's for Viagra, came out in a pill. You got this new drug, except it comes in liquid form. You got to fill up the syringe. You got to take the syringe, and you got to shoot it. No! No! Let me tell you what happened. Now I can't get hard anymore. Knock it off. Let me tell you, I don't want to know anymore, Dad. I'm good. Let me tell you what happened. No, I'm not listening to the story, Dad. Oh my God, that's the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm looking at cars. Let me tell you, no. And I walk away from him. I'm a grown man, I don't need to take this. And I turn and I'm just like, la, la, I walk away from my father. I get 25 feet away from my father, and in the Oakland Convention Center, my father goes, "You gotta shoot it into your dick, what?" You see the people, right? What, they got dicks too? Dad. And then my father says something that will forever be burned into my brain. He says, "First time I used it," which means there was a second time. At least. "First time I used it, I didn't have my reading glasses." And now I have to hear the story I don't want to hear. Because I didn't have my reading glasses, and the prescription bottle said use 1 cc. But I thought it said use 10 cc's. And I start to horror laugh like you guys just did. A horror laugh is defined as something horrible happens to somebody else. But to hide your guilt for laughing, you go, ha ha, oh, no, oh, no. We've all done it. You see a 4-year-old slam into a kitchen cabinet full speed. Ha ha ha. Oh, come here, come here, come here. All done. Horror laugh. So he goes, I fill up the syringe, and I shot it in. Yeah, let me ask you guys something. How much do you think you really like sex? Because I think my dad just set the bar. And I'm gonna quote my father from here on. He goes, I shot it in, and in about 11 minutes, everything started pulling so hard. It felt like someone had unzipped my anus. I could be no more offended, he goes, 5 hours later, it turned black. And not in the good way. So why did I tell you that story? Because my therapist said it was time. And maybe the monsters would stop. Now, he didn't say they wouldn't start for you. You know, my dad died, I have to admit this. I was really, I was ashamed of him. It's hard to say, but I was ashamed of him because when he died, he had worked his whole life, didn't really have anything. He had a couple grand in the bank, a little house that he almost paid for. His company had taken back his pension for financial reasons, whatever, and he was like, yeah, whatever. And he died. And I thought, wow, is that how this ends? 58 years of busting your ass, 6 years busting your ass, and you get nothing? You get nothing? And I kind of thought he was a loser. And then I thought about it when I wrote this show, as I was writing about him. You know, my dad never once, when he got off work on his drive home after he'd poured a beer into a Pepsi can. I'm not exaggerating that at all. He would always stop by his best friend Bob's house and have 3 beers. He didn't Facebook him. He didn't click like. He liked him face to face. And they would have 3 beers and laugh their ass off. Every Friday, Saturday, he would go dancing with whatever slut he picked up with their Parents Without Partners, and he would dance. And they would have a blast, and he would dance till 2 in the morning, leaving me at home by myself when I was 9, by the way. Hey, the doors are locked. If you go outside, I hope something kills you. Yeah, fear is a free babysitter. He was always dragging a project on. We were always building a car or doing something crazy. I was building cars when I was 9 and driving cars, drifting when I was 9 years old in the mud. We had these death trap motorcycles that we get for nothing. And he goes, go right around the neighborhood. If you get stopped, though, I don't know you. That's from my dad. And every weekend we were doing something. My dad was nonstop, man. We were wakeboarding or snowboarding or hang gliding. So we were just doing something cheap. We always doing it cheap and dangerous, but we always did it. And I thought about it, and I can never remember my dad once saying, one day we'll get. One day if this happens, it'll be good. My dad was never a bitch on a donut run. He just sat down and ate donuts, bitch. And the Declaration of Independence is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But instead, I wish our founding fathers had put life, liberty, and just be happy, even if you have to stick a needle in your penis. I know. You want to clap and you're horrified, and that's exactly what I shoot for. My dad died. It was weird. It was weird. My dad died and taught me a lot about funerals. Number one, you're all invited to my funeral because it's going to be open bar anyway. But we're going to be old, so there'll be a lot of vermouth. And I don't know what that is, but it's like crack to old people. That's all I know. My dad's funeral was weird. There was, first of all, it was packed, 250 people. There was 3 rows of women that he had slept with. I am not exaggerating. They went to this Parents Without Partners gig, and they sat together in this weird row thing, and they were being nice to each other. Oh, it's so good to see you. I know it's horrible, isn't it? So, guys, if you want all the women in your life to get along, die. Turns out we are the problem. We had an open casket, which I don't understand how the open casket happened. Did someone just walk into a funeral and go, how do we make this more horrifying? Hey, I got it. What if we propped him up, made him look like he was sleeping and screaming? But I've decided that nobody is going to speak at my funeral. Nobody. Because in my family, eulogies are just alibis. Nobody's doing the eulogy. Nobody is doing the eulogy at my funeral. Nobody. I'm going to do my own eulogy. I'm going to pre-tape it. I'm going to do a me-logy. Yeah. You guys will show up, get a little vermouth, and you just crank it down, Park your jazzies and your rascals. Sit down and they'll just run the tape. Hi, everybody, I'm dead. I know you can see the box over there. I'm not sure if it's open or closed because I had 2 different plans. If it's open, that means I went with plan A, which is do a lot of prescription medication and some peyote, a whole brick, and just trip my ass off while the sun went out. If it's closed, that means I went with plan 2, which was jump out of an airplane with a backpack full of laundry and camping gear. Just so when I pulled that ripcord, I could watch the jump master have an aneurysm. So know if it's closed, I laugh my ass off the whole way down. I'd like to speak to everybody from my personal life first. To my first wife, I want you to know I think I tore my damn rotator cuff. Don't matter. To my second wife, you were everything to me. You were tall, beautiful, smart, funny. You were my dream, and you loved me like no one ever did. You were my soul. Sorry I cheated on you with those strippers. To my third and fourth wives, we gave it a shot. Everybody else never married strippers. My fifth wife, I guess I can tell you now, I killed her. She was horrible! So much worse than my first wife. God, I would have gladly choked that bitch out in front of a police station. And I knew I was going to jail, and I didn't give a flying flip. But it turns out the world ain't like CSI at all. Everybody just said, we're so sorry about the accident. Although Ray Rice gave me a high five. And Chris Brown patted me on my butt. That was weird. To everybody that used to come to my shows, I will never forget my last show. 83,000 people at the Meadowlands, sold out. Wasn't like that weird-ass politically correct theater in Santa Barbara. But I'll never forget that show. I knew I was getting near the end because my bowels had started making their own decisions. You know it's time to write that final check when your colon goes rogue. But I remember on that stage, and for a second I looked out, and I saw 83,000 laughing faces, and my loved ones were standing in the wings, and my grandkids, and I remember thinking, oh, this is what it is. That's what it's about, all those TV shows I didn't do and movies I didn't get. God damn you, Adam Sandler! It didn't matter because most of my life I got to walk on stage and say what I wanted, how I wanted, and they gave me money. And even on its worst night, it was always chicken. Yeah. That audience was always my favorite donut. And it was a pleasure eating them. Yeah, I know that sounds sexual, I know. And that's the way I intended it. To everybody who voted for me in my 2028 presidential bid, I apologize. How could we know Arm the Children would go so horribly wrong? Thank you very much, Santa Barbara. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you, with my heart. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I love this town. California, my favorite place in the world. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Peace. Good night. Thank you, guys. Made my night. Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody. Way too nice. Peace. Good night. Way too nice. Thank you for tolerating it. You guys had a rough year, man, with what went on at the school and stuff. I was so scared to do that bit on the children because it's such a satirically anti-gun bit. And I've had people come up to me and go, dude, yeah, fucking on the children. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, bro. So thanks for understanding it. Thank you for being smart. And, you know, I'm a Californian born and bred, and thank you guys for being amazing. Good night.